Hello, hello, my lovely Cappies. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm super excited to be back with you. I'm doing a read for the upcoming Taurus new moon. Wonderful time to set intentions and manifestations for what we're seeking in the future. Thanks to those of y'all who stuck around with me during my hiatus. I took a couple of months off, but I really needed to kind of like go within for a minute and figure some things out for myself. That being said, I think that I'm going to be doing maybe new moon, full moon reads now, as opposed to like monthly and weekly. Not totally for sure on that, but kind of what I'm leaning towards. Yeah, so thanks so much for being here with me, and let's go ahead and get started. For my Cappies, my sweet, sweet Cappies. I love y'all so much. I was talking to an old friend of mine a couple days ago, and I was like, listen, how have we never done your chart? Because I've been friends with him for like 20 years. And he was like, I don't know. So we did it. And he's a Sag, but his rising is Cap. And I was like, there you go. That explains it. We've been friends for so long. That's fine. And it's true. Anytime there's anything wrong in the world, he's the one I call. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's like 15 cards. What is going on with my Caps? Oh my god, okay, again, with like the way too many. Can we just do like maybe one at a time? My Cappies, my sweets, what's going on? OMG. Okay. We have Thanatos, death, the tear, the river, the father, the comic, and the vow. Whew. Yeah, some anxiety there. Man. I feel like you guys are just, I want to say just like heartbroken. I feel like this overwhelming sense of like, wow. There's something that's passing you by. I feel like you feel like you're missing out on something, that you've been caught up in. I want to say like caught up in this cycle that is almost like, in a way, like destroyed your life, which is intense. I don't know. I'm not even like the energy for my earth signs just is like so intense. We are going into a Taurus new moon, I don't know, which is supposedly a lighter energy, but like there is some intense heaviness here, because I think that you've been caught in this cycle that really has just kept you trapped, and I almost want to say it's like this relationship where like you can't, nothing else is working for you, because it's like you're trapped in this. I don't know if it's a relationship specifically, or if it's just kind of like this idea of a relationship, or if it's this idea of who you are to someone else that is dictating your behavior with everyone else in your life, to the point where you can't successfully carry out any other relationships because you're too entangled in something different. And you're really starting to realize how negatively it has affected all of the other relationships in your life. And you are like disheartened by it in a real way. I mean, the tear is just like this. I mean, it's a cleansing, I mean, like it's not bad to have the tear. I mean, the tear is, once you see it and you feel it and you allow yourself to just like express that emotion, you are able to kind of get it out, instead of like carrying it inside, you're getting it out. You're projecting this emotion, that's held you in place to something that really ultimately was preventing you from moving forward in life. And I want to say that the catalyst for this was a separation. The Father is a card, and please, gender neutral, but the Father is a card that speaks to the idea of like being on a pedestal and then falling off of a pedestal, and I think that, I want to say that there's this idea that you were held up on a pedestal by someone. This could be a friend, family member, or lover, take it how it resonates, but it's the idea that you were held up on a pedestal by someone and then you fell off that pedestal. You were no longer this godlike character to them. You were just another human being, in the passing, and when you fell from the pedestal that you had previously been on, it was like you were like watching your life pass you by, like you. I think you relied on this person in a way. You relied on their glorification of you, and when they rejected that glorification of you, it broke you down, and it left you feeling like kind of like left behind, and who am I without this person telling me who I am? It was almost like this addictive, like you were addicted to somebody's idea of you, but your addiction of their idea was preventing you from moving forward in life. And I mean, you have the comic, which is that idea of like kind of like stepping over, playing the fool, not missing a beat, like finding the truth behind it all. Because it's kind of that idea of like it's funny because it's true, and finding your truth, and almost like in a way kind of bringing forgiveness to yourself for it, because if you can't laugh, you cry, and I think you've cried until you have to laugh about it. I feel like there's just kind of this idea of just like mourning, and laughing until you end up just like you have to, crying until you end up laughing in the end, because it's like you look back over it all and you can't help but laugh at yourself, like laugh at the circumstances, almost that like, wow, I got caught in that, didn't I? And you have the vow. And I think that the vow, the vow is a card that speaks to the idea of connection and commitment, something that you're connected to, something that you're committed to. The card itself kind of speaks to the idea that you can even casually saying something can tie you to someone. And so I'm not sure if this vow is that like that connection or that tie that you have to somebody else, or if it's to this person that you've kind of been entangled with, because I kind of feel like it's a different person, but it could be the same person. We'll find out. Let's get some clarifiers. Okay, my Cappies. Wow. Tower. Yeah, I feel like there's just this real ending that's occurred in your life. Like I almost like this, like the last thread was broken, like you were hanging on by a thread to this relationship, and like it was like that last straw, like the final straw that broke the camel's back, and brought this connection to an end. You have Thanatos, the Tower, and the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is kind of a third-party situation. Or it doesn't have to be, but I kind of feel like it is at this point. I almost feel like there's this idea of you've been replaced. You've met the end of this this web that you've been caught in for a while, and I almost want to say that you felt like this was a web that you would be forever entangled in. You know, like this was a relationship that, like, no matter what, you were always going to be connected to this person. You were always going to be the person who it's funny that I was just talking about Colin, the person who that they turned to. You were always going to be the one who was there. You know, I mean, like, Cappies, y'all are nothing if not constant. And I think that this person in your life was your constant. But they decided that they were done. They were completely done with you. They weren't gonna, you know, you are no longer their emergency contact. You are no longer their, you know, like their go-to person. You know, like when something happens, their friends aren't gonna call you anymore. They're gonna call, you know, somebody else. I don't know, you know, why, but I feel like for some of my Cappies, it was one of those things where everyone knew this person was your person. Everyone knew, always would know. You know, like you had pictures of them on your social media. You were, you know, like you were always starting your relationships out with stories about that person. You know, I mean, it was like nobody was ever going to be that person in your life. And that was a big deal. I mean, like the loss of this relationship, the loss of this connection was a big deal, and left you feeling like the like it just like the pedestal just got like knocked out from underneath you. You know, like, who am I now? Now they're, you know, now they're moving on with life. You know, now I just have to sit here and watch them move on. You know, the Queen of Pentacles, I kind of get the feeling that's, you know, like this person, they're moving on without you. They're, you know, they're like, okay, you know, thank you, kindly, goodbye. And maybe you're there saying thank you, maybe not. I kind of get the feeling that they're not, you know, I kind of get the feeling that they're just like, okay, good riddance. I'm done with this. You know, like I feel like in a way you were holding them back the same way that they were holding you back, because both of you were in this connection. You know, both of you were tied to each other. You have the Two of Wands here, you know, which is a card of protection and a card of, you know, like I'll fight anybody who says different. You know, like you like step on my territory and you'll feel the wrath of my, you know, of my vengeance or my protection. And I want to say that that's just how you feel about this experience in general, how you felt about this relationship, how you felt about this person. No one could touch this person. And it was such I want to say this was like such an intense bond that it literally, like, nobody could ever get into this, because, you know, like, how could they when you were so deeply entwined with this person? It wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. You set the stage for other people to never be at the level that person was. Okay. Cappies. What else can we get from my Cappies? The comic. And Four of Wands. I think that, you know, part of this, you know, this you coming back and stepping over and kind of moving on for everything, from everything is fitting well with the comic, because it's like, you know what, you're fine. You're okay without this person. You will be fine without this person. You've been fine before. You will be fine again. You know, I mean, like, I want to say that there were instances in this connection with this person where, you know, like, you were separated and then you were back together and then you were separated and you were back together, and whatever manner that played out for you, you know, but now you're like, that connection is done, over with, gone. I want to say, like, contract ceased and desist. You know, like it is officially said and done. You know, like, I don't know if some of you guys have gone through, you know, like, legal transactions. I feel like another one of my friends. I got a lot of friends that are Caps. Listen, I love Caps. I am not even kidding. I don't like. There's just something about Cappies. But one of my friends that is a Cap that I was talking to the other day too. I think he was going through some like legal things. So it could be that you're having like legal, like you're going through a divorce. Your like child support has been mandated, or like however that plays out for you. Like there have been like legal things that have come to an end that have set you on the way, on the journey of being by yourself. Can we do anything for the vow? I should probably do some hidden realm. What's going on with the vow? Oh! Okay. I think that you have a new relationship on the horizon. Cappies. I think that, through this process of mourning, loss, separation, feeling stabbed in the back by this person, feeling like, how could you end what we have? How could you disconnect from this connection? Just like this like heavy sense of sadness, feeling that out, recognizing in the end, like you gotta keep on keeping on, damn it all to hell, like you're keeping on, you're constant, it's your strength. But I think you've had someone else, this vow, like I want to say that you've had someone else, I don't know who maybe you've dated them, or you are dating them, like maybe they're present through all of this, but there's somebody else who I think you've decided, like this is, I want to commit to this other person. It's possible that you are already committed to that other person, but now I think with the release of the connection that you had, you are able to really sincerely commit, like emotionally, spiritually, like wholly commit to this other person, and it's something that you decided upon. You also have the Lovers that came out with that, and I think that you one, you guys are so loyal. Y'all like ride for people to like the death, like there's no changing that. And I think that this person changed that because they disconnected themselves. But in disconnecting themselves from you, they freed you to kind of like truly, like sincerely ride for this other person who you, I want to say, already kind of had made a commitment to, whether casually making a commitment to this person, or like verbally, or like I'm dating this person now, like this is my girlfriend or my boyfriend now, but you weren't really able to like connect to them in like a sincere, full mind, body, spirit, heart type of connection, because you were still connected to that person. Now you are, you're coming in, and I think you're like, I want to, create and build, a lasting, loving, fruitful, safe, secure relationship, for my Cappies, marriage, because y'all are so traditional, but not necessarily, but you're like, I am in this 110%, like I am all the way decided, like you are my person, and I am in love with you, and I'm ready to provide for you, emotionally and financially, and mentally and spiritually. You were just like taking that vow to this person seriously. And the Knight of Swords popped out, and I feel like this person, it feels a little bit trepidatious of the idea of this commitment that you're bringing to them, and I want to say it's because they they had been put in their place by you before because of that other person. They knew that they weren't to you who they wanted to be, because that other person was that person. You know, like, I know I can't be so and so. I know that, you know, I can love you and give you everything and every part of me, but I will never be that person. And if I can't be that person, then I don't want to be in that situation, because like it hurts. And I think that this person, you know, like, you're coming to them and you're declaring this decision, but they're like, but like, are you gonna, like, is this gonna hurt? Are you really, did you really let them go? You know, like, I feel like they feel a little bit, you know, trepidatious about it all. Is there anything else we can get here for my Cappies? The High Priestess. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You know, I think that this person is kind of trusting their intuition on this one. You know, like, feeling like maybe they are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with you. Like, maybe they won't have to, you know, like, maybe they can love you wholly and know that you'll love them wholly in return. You know, and the High Priestess is just like this knowing, and I feel like this person is following this knowing. You know, like, they're calling on their spirit, and they're like trusting in this transition and this change, because I think that they want that with you. I think they've wanted that with you. I think they just knew that they couldn't have it because you were too connected to this other person. You know, and they were heartbroken over it, and what you were saying to them, I think, is everything they've wanted to hear. So, wow, another super intense read for my Earth signs. What is up? Thank you all so much for hanging out with me again. I'm super excited to be back. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.